because you've done it as a participant in an association, namely the Bowls Club, and you get an extra 15 years. If you are the president or the secretary or the treasurer of the Bowls Club, you get an extra 25. The central problem with these sort of legislation, as I've said, is that it criminalises people just on the basis of organisations of which they are a member. And the expert analysis of these sort of criminal organisations is that mostly there's a small group of people who are conducting these activities. And when these sort of laws are brought in, these people go and hide and the other people leave the organisation. So that inevitably results in the need to expand the legislation, which is what we've already seen. We've seen the laws relating to bail changed so that people who have left these organisations, and you can demonstrate that they have, will still be subject to not being able to, they'll still be subject to the position where they'll have to establish that they're entitled to bail rather than the other way around. We've also seen, and it's appropriate since we're on a Liberal Democratic Party platform, that this government, which is allegedly in favour of free markets and free enterprise, has decided to introduce laws to stop people from conducting their ordinary business. These laws which prevent members of these organisations from being sparkies and plumbers and all sorts of other things. It's a rather strange piece of logic which says that your sparky or plumber has to go through a probity check to go in your house. On that sort of logic, you'd be having your Avon lady or the Mormons or somebody else go for a probity check to make sure that they can come into your house. It's very bizarre. Then, of course, the government has had to shut down the Crime and Misconduct Committee, essentially for doing its job. It's rather odd to accuse a committee which the chairperson is a Conservative independent of being biased. In fact, it seems that her only mistake was, in fact, do her job in a non-partisan fashion. It seems to us that the Premier has made much of this as an attempt to advance the war on drugs. It's our view that the war on drugs, along with all these other wars, the war on bikies, the war on terror, all of these wars are just wars on civil liberties. Every one of these wars is a war without end, and as George Orwell pointed out in 1984, a war without end results in the endless suspension of civil liberties. It's about time that we looked back at dealing with drugs by treating them as a health issue and by decriminalising their possession and use. That would also result in a fundamental undermining of the business model of these organised crime groups. As I said, it's fantastic to see so many people out here on such an important civil liberties issue. Thank you very much.